Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, we can.
Can you hear us?
Hey, Garrett.
Yes. Good evening, everyone.
Garrett, we still have about 7 minutes.
Perfect. And so we got the technology working.
Me too.
Okay, you have one, right? So these are for these two, or one for Heather, what are we doing?
Give them one. I don't know. Do you have one?
No.
You have one.
Okay, all right, I'm just saying.
You'll probably have to take cards.
We should have come.
That you may not need that.
Okay, well, that looks good for Will and Twitter.
Oh.
Never.
Let's bring it back forward, right? Isn't that what you're saying? I'll put a cookie in it.
You're not my way. I think we're all good. You need to go home.
Let's join them together. All right. Not to mention John.
Oh,
So Garrett, a lot of it couldn't get
okay,
covered.
good. All right, thank you.
No problem.
Hey, guys.
I'm there for you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's really an executive. That's really an executive.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. How are you?
Good, how are you? How's your hip? How was your hip?
Doing really well. I had physical therapy today, but I'm doing way too much.
You said that last time,
Right.
you were gonna stop that.
She, I didn't have her, I had her today the same way, but I didn't have her last time. And she had a note on there, tell him to slow down.
And,
Because,
just so you know, everything's being recorded.
okay, just talk about that.
I know,
All right,
but I didn't know
thank
if you wanted it
Thank
on.
you. No, that's fine. That's a good idea.
I would go to that. Okay. Chris, do you see that thing right there? That is a microphone. Please, Chris already has one.
Testing.
No, we don't need to test, that's a microphone.
I wasn't hiring these young people.
There was no flying here. Yep, that's you, Erwin. Yeah.
Erwin.
Erwin, I don't believe you were here the day I passed out those, magazines, the newsletter. You get one? The student newsletter or student?
Yeah.
You did get one?
Yeah.
I thought it was you.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm sure.
That was done on
Chris,
purpose.
did you get one of these?
No.
Oh,
There we go.
there you go. There you go, Donna.
Thank you, Sandy.
I got it.
Easy peasy.
I don't know.
It was old. It was last year.
Nice.
Oh, sorry.
Goodbye. Speak for yourself. If you give her a shirt, you can give her a stuff. I have a bunch of them. Should I do? Your board pictures of all the animals. That is okay. And Jiggy in the middle of us. Oh my God. My eyes are
It's a full thing.
Yeah, overflow it.
Overflow.
Yeah, you have to do Jiggy like a hat.
Yeah, and it's on the, that's on the top. Read it. I'll never have it. Call to order the pledge.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Board of Education meeting, motion to approve the minutes of the September 23rd, 2024 Board of Education meeting. Motion by Sarah. Second by Chris. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstained? Carries. Motion to accept the CSD, CPSC, and 504 report. Motion by Melissa. Second by Sarah. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstained? Carries. Do you have any agenda changes?
Yes, could we add under presentations a B, Amanda May for archery?
Amanda and Brian, those Brian talking to. Yeah.
Okay. Not yet.
That's it.
Okay, so we had our general fund expenditures, our school lunch expenditures, and our lunch report. They were sent to us in our packets to review. Did anyone have any questions? Or Kathy, did you have anything you wanted to point out to us? Okay, so we'll move to our presentations. We have Garrett Hamlin from Tetra Tech, and he'll present on the 26-27 building projects.
Good morning, everybody. Good evening, everyone.
Is that
Hey. So, I apologize, I can't be there in person tonight. I am at the school board's conference in New York City, so I'm working out the technology. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, great, good. So I'll dive right in. Please stop me if you have any questions. We met with the facilities committee and reviewed the status of capital project planning. We've been underway for a while now. So tonight I'm going to present preliminary scope and budget for the project. It's going to be handed out of the presentation, so everything should be there for you to. We'll review the science room layout. There'll be 3 science rooms to the 3rd floor. And or we one section to the 3rd floor with probably 82 others. Review the project schedule and what the next steps. So, from a scope standpoint, we've had a number of scope items on the table, and now that we've gotten to a little more precision on budgeting for the project, we feel like we can afford to do 3 science room renovations on the 3rd floor. We'll take 2 rooms, create 2 rooms out of spaces that are on one side of the hall. I'll show you a plan of that, and then create a 3rd room on the other side. We're feeling like if the board is interested, we could consider bringing the emergency generator project back to the conversation. It's something that we talked about a number of years ago. The legislative grant that didn't come through, but because of the possibility we could do it now if the board is interested in one. This is a preliminary project of the budget that we worked together with local construction management from Schoolhouse Construction to prepare some budgets for various work. The way I did it is I broke it into priority one being the sign crews, some abatement associated with that, and then priority two being a potential partial emergency generator. This scope document is very similar to what we've used in the past to scope capital projects in transfer schools. So we total construction subcodes, we add some contingencies, escalation, coming to a construction budget, and then an incidental budget adding adding bond for some soft costs, and coming up to a total project budget. The note on the left-hand corner refers to the debt drop. That's coming off due to the debt service being paid off for the capital project that happened in 2006. Your financial advisor has done some projections to determine that we could do a project on the order of 3.65 million. That would represent no tax increase to the county. So you can see in this budget that we're below that. So we have to add some little scope to the project, or we come in with a project that's a little up of 3.65 million. Really up to board at this point, they want to proceed. I'd like to take questions on the budget, but I think it would be helpful if I showed the science rooms layout, which is the next step first, and then we can stop and answer any questions on the scope of the budget. So this is a partial third plan. You'll see on the right-hand side that we're going to be working in those 5 or 6 classrooms in that one building, and we're going to be impacting 5 of them. You'll note that in the middle of the screen, there's an orange line through the high school library. That's a wall that used to exist that doesn't at this point, and we're proposing to put that wall back up and replace one of the classrooms that would be impacted by the science room project. So this is a zoom in of that third room where the science currently is. You'll see that the green dash lines represent walls that would be demolished. So prep room between the 2 science rooms and the 2 social studies rooms and the farm language room. And this is what the layout of the new science rooms and prep rooms could look like. This is a preliminary sketch. I think it's pretty close to what the teachers would think makes sense, and the administration, but we certainly go through a design process after the vote, assuming the vote passes. The one thing that I'll point out about these science rooms is that they're really state-of-the-art lecture lab science rooms, and they're all 3 essentially the same kinds of rooms. But what we've done is we've represented movable desk furniture in different configurations that the teachers could use them in. So in the far right room, that would be a setup for a traditional lab, peninsula style. In the far left room, the lower left room, that would be a more lecture style setup with the teaching wall being in the wall of the corridor. And then in the room across the hall, this would be sort of a combination setup of the theaters being some lecture and some lab. You could do islands in a configuration as well. So these are, the rooms are all the same, they're perimeter casework and infrastructure around that outside. Sinks, gap, rust air possibly, depending on how it works in the design. And and teachers' needs. This is a pretty standard approach for science rooms in schools today. It's very flexible, allows the rooms to be potentially used for other uses besides science. If you had a need for a room that was more of a math classroom or social studies, you could use these rooms that way if you ever needed to. So I'll pause here and take questions. Does anybody have anything that they'd like me to answer at this point?
Yeah, it's Tom Wardley. We're looking at 3 science rooms, but one's a lecture room. We have 3 science classes now, and they're all active. I mean, they all do their I mean, there's lectures in every class, but they're all doing hands-on in every class. So how is that going to work with one room just being a lecture room?
So, this is furniture that would move around, so if they wanted to lecture, at the beginning of class, in the style that would be in the lower left, they could do that. And then the furniture, the desks are gonna be on wheels, they could quickly relocate it to, configuration like in the, ringside room, and jump right into lab work.
But would they have, all the stuff they need in that lecture room that they would have in a normal science room?
Yeah, they're all 3 gonna have all the same, science infrastructure, and you'll see on the perimeter walls, those are countertops, storage below, there'd be sinks in there. We haven't shown sinks in this drawing, but there would be sinks, gas pots and the like. So it would be a full science setup in each room, just being on the perimeter, and then you could use the furniture to connect that.
All right, so there'll be everything that's needed to do what we do in science now in each room.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I just have one more question, and when I was looking at the first diagram and I was looking at everything, the technology room, size-wise, how does that compare to what we're doing here?
When you say
shop,
technology room,
the old shop.
The shop.
Yeah.
We looked at the shop space to see if we could put 3 science rooms in there. And it's a little small to pull that off. So, I can go back and look and tell you what the exact square footage of the shop space is, but, we tried putting science rooms there and it didn't really work very well.
Okay, I know that's going to be a question that will be asked, so.
Yeah, and I can pull that work up so that we could, either put it in this presentation or just have it for, questions if they need.
You can talk more about that, how you want to do it.
So the other thing I wanted to point out to everyone is that prep area in the middle. That becomes important for a couple of reasons. Number one, it allows, so instead of having the teacher desk directly in the classroom, they would have that area in the middle. And what that would allow for is, if, let's say, an elementary science class, 5, 6, wanted to come up and use one of the science labs, and they could do that because the teacher would have another place where their stuff is. And right now, actually, we do have an area that we're trying to kind of make into a science lab for 4, 5, 6. Something like this would be much more ideal.
What are we, the current science lab on the first floor down here by the gym, by the locker rooms, what are we repurposing that for?
So I'll start, but Mike, I think you probably want to chime in on this. That's a great workspace, it's a really good classroom, it could be used for lots of different things. So co-locating science in this part of the building makes sense programmatically, but I think there's a great opportunities for that other room in the zone that is. I'd like to add a little bit of my reasons, but maybe that's some things.
Sure. The committee has talked about a couple different things, and because I'm going to use it as a new space or something that we could do something different with, I really think it's a space that everyone needs to have some conversation about. But some of the ideas that have come out is the possibility of a new makerspace area. It is right next to the art room. There's some logic of having the two of them semi-close to each other. Also, there's been a conversation of if we ever wanted to put in a weight room and have it maybe community active as well in the evenings. That would be an area with the door right there. That's something that we might be able to look at. And it certainly is something that would add to our athletic program. So those are just two of the ideas thrown out there. I think there's more conversations to be had.
Where are these other classrooms, social studies and stuff, where are they going to go to?
Good question, Tom. So you'll see there is still a small space across the hall there. Also, when Garrett showed that orange line, so the library, when I got here in 95, 96, they had just finished that project and that took that room out of there. And back then, libraries were the area that computer centers were kind of put in. So that library had a number of computers alongside the wall. So it's set up very different in a lot of ways based on the computers. Well, now, because we have the computers within the classroom, the need of that space is no longer there. Also, our stacks have also decreased the number of books due to some unique interlibrary loans and just different ways of getting books, electronic and stuff. So really, bringing back that classroom where that orange line is one of the areas that we'd also be looking at. Right now, you'll see if you really are digging AIS room, it's really used as a study hall. It's right next to the English, in between the English and the home economics room. So we could use that as another room to fill for a teacher. So we have a couple options there.
And these are going to be big enough rooms to support the number of people who have them.
Any other questions?
Garrett, when you did this, I'm sure you did, but we talked a little bit about fire and safety and everything, and is this what you figured to be the safest by having all three in that location?
I would say, these rooms would be safe wherever we would put them. If you wanted to distribute them throughout the building, we'd renovate them and make them safe rooms. So I'm not sure that safety is actually the driver for co-locating the three rooms together. I think it's more of an educational benefit to co-locating the three rooms.
Garrett, one of the things though that I will comment on safety is it is time to do these science rooms for multiple reasons, and safety is one of them. Obviously, we're getting rid of chemicals that have been around for a long time. That really doesn't connect. We should be doing that without moving or not. But the part that Frank brought to our awareness is that the pipes are just in that state of like the gas pipes and stuff. We really does not touch them because they're so old and they're soldered, and he's saying that that is not how they're done now. So I think there's a safety part of this, but it's not kind of what you were thinking about, other things that would be brought up to date with the renovation.
And also the classroom sizes themselves, the two science rooms right now are very small. And so having more space in these rooms is actually going to improve safety.
One thing we just ran into in the physics room is Will wanted larger desks in there because they all have Chromebooks. And so if you can remember the old wooden one-arm bandits, which are very small, it's hard to put a Chromebook and books and, work in that space. So we did put a little bit larger one-arm bandit, and it fits, but it is very tight.
Any other questions? All right, well, I'll move on. If there are other questions, we can certainly come back to this. So, let's take a look at the timeline. So this is a preliminary timeline for the project. We're looking at a potential board resolution to take the project out for the next month in November. And that would allow us to vote on the projects in January. This is a scheduled meeting before the bond council, but preliminary day count makes this fine. We have a design period, and then go to S&P and look for SED approval in the late spring of 2026. So we could get project sometime, most likely in fall of 2026. Bidding a project like this in the summer might not garner as much bidder interest as we would like, because the contractors are all busy in the summer. We would start construction, mainly pre-construction activities during the winter and spring of 27, and then the bulk of construction over the summer of 2027. This is a really good construction schedule. It allows time for materials to be purchased by the contractor over the winter. Have a tree case work all the product should be in by summer using this schedule. And this also works real nicely with your debt drop, because the finance people can bring in financing into this rate sort of on the tail end of your debt drop, and then keep that service level moving forward.
Garrett, in the last project we did, when we were talking about doing it, it was during the COVID area, and the construction material between the time we started for pre-referendum and construction, there was a big jump in price material. Do you expect that again, or do you think it's going to level off?
Well, we're seeing prices, although higher than they used to be, they're a little more stable at this point. So we don't expect to see a huge jump. We are building in escalation to make the assumption that costs are going to increase about 4 or 5% between now and the time that we'd be bidding it. So we're allowing for that. The other thing I'll add is that we don't have a lot of long lead time items. The electrical equipment is still sometimes pushing out 52 weeks and that. But we wouldn't have those kinds of super long lead time items in this project. So awarding in fall of 26 and giving a contractor a good 3 to 5 months to procure materials. This is a good schedule.
What would be the
Yeah,
plan, what would be the plan for continuing to conduct that classroom education while we're under construction?
Yeah, so in this project, we have to get the construction done during the summer. So all the construction activity that would happen, call it December 26th till June, would all just really be preparation work, so that we do submittal reviews, contractors would order their materials, and then the day one project would be first day of summer, first week of summer, starting with demolition and abatement. Demolition and abatement that needs to happen, and that would be the first step. And then the rest of the summer would be a flurry of putting it all back together by the end of the summer, so it's ready for students in the fall.
How much abatement are we looking at?
We'll need to have some testing done to know exactly the extent of the abatement. But we know that, it's in the building and we're gonna have to deal with it. So I would say it's, we budgeted 50 grand as an allowance for it. And, I would say it's probably at least a week or, 2 weeks worth of abatement work, at the beginning of the summer. Now, I'll move on to the next here. So in terms of next steps, we want to convene the finances with the financial advisor, fiscal advisors one more time, just make sure that they're still comfortable with this as an approach. I'm very confident they would be. We want to make sure that now we've got a final scope of the project or we're close to it, if they have that. Bond council will review the schedule for the resolution. They would write the resolution and confirm the schedule for the vote. Your legal counsel would also draft a secret resolution, State Environmental Quality Review Act. So that prepares the board for taking the project out for the vote, potentially at the November meeting. That would be the earliest we could do it. And legal them to have the two resolutions set up for that. And then a referendum vote potentially in January 2025. It's at the board's discretion, it's up to you folks, but this is a pretty realistic schedule, and if it's something that you're comfortable with, then we can start moving forward. And that's it. But questions overall?
So do you need anything from us tonight? Are you looking for a go-ahead, or are you just waiting next month to go through the resolution?
Yeah, and you don't need to take any formal action tonight, but we would need to know that what you're seeing tonight is the direction that you'd like to proceed in. And that board has an interest in considering resolution for November. If you're comfortable with that, we'll put it all together and set it up for a November board meeting resolutions.
Everybody comfortable with what we do? Okay, looks like we're in agreement.
So, wonderful. I think this is great. We've been working on a long time on this. I think it's a really smart project. It's measured, appropriate, and I think it's going to be a really good improvement for kids in education and building. So, we'll put it together and see you in November.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
Yeah. And Mike, we may want to do a facilities committee meeting before the board meeting, just to answer any questions, make sure the facilities committee's up to speed on all the details.
Garrett, will you be sending me the information that I can send to the attorney for that secret resolution?
I can do that. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Excellent. Okay, good. So we all set, folks?
Thanks, Garrett.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you, Garrett.
You're welcome. Take care, everyone.
Amanda,
Oh, you gotta hit it again. Thank you, sir.
we're ready for you.
I also took a work on the able to grant for that for an additional $800 for the program. The kids seem to be really excited to be done. This year's state team requires students to participate and are qualified to retire a month state. They're excited to be going through that qualifier year. That is yes, I decided.
What are the age groups that you have?
4 through 11, I think that one.
How many, I couldn't hear that, 34 kids? Okay.
Is that pretty much average what we've been seeing?
I believe so. We were 40.
Okay. Any questions? Do you periodically give us updates? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, motion to adjourn to executive session for personnel employment.
Motion.
Motion by Tom, second by Sarah. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstained? Carries.
I don't want to, get sleep. They don't give me enough. No. It says cancel, restart, or sleep. He's listening, so you see what she said. Dina listening, not you. You're listening too, but I meant Dina listening. I knew she was listening. So you can be for the That's what I do. Fine, I'm old. It's not gonna do this. I'm feeling today. I know. I didn't know he was gonna be outside for that week. Because it's spend the game, you know. So then, the next day, it's still up to it. Really good. Yeah, that was back there last night. We was kind of heading towards the neighbors. Hillsbury, it's by my house. And he took the right, and there's another one out here. But when you zoom in, you can actually see him move at the end of the video. A little bit. Maybe do a little bit. Oh, yep. Foot. You see, there we go with this. They're still coming around. There's one summer season starts, we never see them. This year, oh, I know. They're my babies. My cousin, how long ago was that? Not very long. That's raccoon. That's ready. That's raccoon. I didn't think it was one, but. There's a couple times. I'm on September 30th. Well, it doesn't mean you said it. Yeah, well, but you have to do that. If I finish my 10, it would need to go. That's backyard, side door, backyard. I'm gonna do it by mistake. This is my first time. Here he is. Here he is. Come look at this cute little ugly baby. Hello, look how tiny he is. Yeah, I want to put it on the ground. That's my mat. Oh my God, it looks like an animal. Well, there's a bear on it. Oh, you can put that out of it. She wants to go on the couch. Oh, no. Okay, we'll sit down here then. Mommy was there too, but he came to the front door. Oh my God, it's so cute. I woke up and couldn't fall back into the top of the floor. And then my alarm went off. And I was similar. But you were sleeping on my seat. I was worried and happy. under the covers by my feet and something, it's under the covers by my neck. There, and then I get off.
I don't worry about sleeping under the covers. Doesn't get ill.
Put it this way, as soon as I get bed, as soon as I put my leg out, I'm on the floor. I'm not kidding.
Same
And
here.
I start off in the middle of the bed. They're terrible, and they're point up.
Maybe then in 10 minutes, still feels like coffee.
But they push me right over.
It is what it does, it's very nice. Doesn't matter if it's in the trailer or.
Well, let me sleep. I would do my story for a little bit, put it on TV. And then I was so late.
What time do you usually get up?
5:15. If I leave by 6:15, I get there at 6:00. If I leave by 6:30, I get there at 7:00. So that's the latest I can go. But today, I left, I remember my mom asked me to do something, and I had to go out at home. Do it.
Is she with you?
Yeah.
How do you like to go play?
That's far as I've ever had. And
Wow, your Hyundai was reliable
yeah,
for a long
and my
time.
minivan was phenomenal. It was the best, I think it's the best I had. And by the time the steering wheel, I have 11,000 miles on it already.
Holy cow,
I had 0, I had 5 when I bought it, 5 months.
you've been to North Carolina a couple times.
Went to Charlotte for my trip, Shays for the surgery, and then Shays for the wedding. I'm ready to stay for a while. I'm ready to drive. Yeah, 11,000 miles. And that was normal, but. So it like, so much.
Is that real?
You sure?
It doesn't look it, does it? Oh, your nose does. Yeah.
There's a Highland, the Highland cow.
Oh, they're the cutest thing, no, those are real.
They like to be brushed too.
You can have them in your house. Yeah. They can be pet. They're way cute.
How big did they get?
Think that, and maybe a little bit wider than the reason.
Yeah.
So cute.
I wish they had a little bit more. Right.
You need wait somebody dog.
I know, right?
You ever have one somebody singles?
No.
Oh my God, so
You reminded me of things to me, I'm trying to find it, but of course I won't be able to find it. It pops up in the note, I see it.
no, but you can. You can come in on, so that.
You know, some of the people always said it's kind of nice.
He really is looking at that map like that's Dan Rosen.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
You don't, well, you still watch it? I don't either, but you should sit here and watch it. If not, I'll say over my thing.
Yeah, it's because I have to get. Yeah. I never get it. Me. That's me. That's me, Sarah. You. You just have to be getting it. Good, good.
I started to work, she said, what do you say? I'm going back over to the computer.
Oh my God, you saw the doctor.
I'm right here.
Not you for you. And if you do, it's one of those.
Oh. Sarah. Lori.
You can say which one I said me.
Lori. Cindy. Cindy.
By everybody that does everything else. What kind of problem is it? Oh, that's right, anyway. Now somebody's got to shake it. Could be. Don't say that.
Getting a little late now.
So, if you open up, the info I sent you, you have your Google Calendar on your phone. When you open it up, so Melissa showed you, she got invited to the thing and it says 10 to 9 to 10. But when she pushed it up, it said 1 to 2.
Yeah, and he said it was because of the time zone that her phone was set to. See, mine was fine. Mine said,
So she set her time going,
well, it was you something.
so it's not, it's not the yours.
No, mine are fine.
Oh, you didn't know when she did it? Okay. Like, I'm like,
Yeah,
well, wherever she is, 8 o'clock in the morning, is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I want to be there at 1.
Okay, no, yeah. My little son. Oh. He's actually 27. He looks for the program. Okay. Now, and he's going to yes, but they actually I think oh, yeah, so he has, that's about that being him, but I don't want him outside. So he sleeps out, he can be outside, because he wanted to bring him to work. Actually, we did the same thing. So that when you move, he put it in the car. Somebody have a big one? Should have a big one? Yes, ma'am. I said I'll get a tattoo. And then what'd you say? I was just like, Mike, did you get me a couple I sent it to you earlier, just before the,
Yeah, I have.
you had it on there. I didn't want you to do
Okay, motion to return to regular session. Motion. Motion by Melissa. Second by Sarah. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Abstained? Carries. Okay. Items for discussion and or action. I'm not going to read this resolution. I'll give you a couple minutes to look at it. Motion to approve the following resolution for the tax security settlement of the 112 Stevel Road LLC. We've discussed this over the last year. This is the resolution of it. We talked about the resolution.
We worked with the town on this, but both the town attorney and our attorney, helped, negotiate this with the nursing home. It did go to court, in front of the judge. The proposal that's in front of you.
There's waiting our board approval on this. Is there any discussion on this? Does everybody understand what this is?
The only other thing I would say, Rachel, is that the town and the board gave parameters to the attorneys of what they felt like they needed to settle it for in negotiations, and they did settle it within those parameters.
It sounds better than.
They did.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Staying? Oh, hold on, we didn't do any more.
Yeah.
Oh, almost, okay, we just,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
okay. So, motion by Sarah,
Second.
second by Tom. We had discussion. Anybody want more discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, so one opposed. Abstained? Carries. Okay. Okay, motion to approve the following resolution to terminate the employment of Tavlin Johnson. Be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Johnsburg Central School District hereby accepts a recommendation of the superintendent to terminate the employment of Tagline Johnson effective retroactive to October 8, 2024.
Motion.
Motion by Chris,
Second.
second by Tom. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstained? Carries. Motion to appoint Joe San Antonio and Peter Morehouse as co-coaches along with recognizing Matt Brown from Minerva Central School for the 2024-2025 Nordic team, splitting the stipend 3 ways as per the JCSTA contract.
Motion.
Motion by Tom. Second by Irwin. Any discussion?
Just so you know, the stipend is both for varsity and the modified,
Combined.
combined and then split by 3.
So they'll be both schools split all three. Or all between all three.
It's a even two-way position.
Based on our budget.
Based on our
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstained? Carries. Motion to appoint Caitlin Bennett and Allison Gagno as co-coaches for girls modified basketball for the 2024-2025 school year per the JCSTA contract.
Motion.
Motion by Tom, second by Sarah. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstained? Carries. Motion to appoint Tom Zahner and Jake Sauer Jones as co-coaches for boys modified basketball for the JCSTA contract for the 2024-2025 school year.
Motion.
Motion by Tom, second by Sarah. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstained? Carries. Motion to appoint Aaron Chambers as the boys varsity basketball coach for the 2024-2025 school year as per the JCSTA contract.
Motion.
Motion by Tom, second by Sarah. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Abstained? Carries. Okay, we acknowledge that Elizabeth Ordway, a Minerva hire as the girls varsity basketball coach for the 2024-2025 school year. Oh, we don't need a motion, we just acknowledge. Okay. Motion to accept the resignation of Elizabeth Daly, business office official, effective November 2nd, 2024.
Motion.
Motion by Tom, second by Sarah. Any discussion?
I want to thank Liz for the time that she spent here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Liz.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstained? Carries. Okay, we are to committee reports. I think we only have the finance committee on here.
That's the only one that's.
That's all that's left.
Well, the building committee met, but tonight that presentation really covered that information. In the finance committee, I just say that we started looking at the transition of administration, the business office, and trying to come up with a plan.
There's a lot going on all at once.
So that's all the committee's update reports. So you want to go first?
Yes, sure. Soccer Fest was a great event once again. We added the 5K runners here, 14 runners, and many of you there, so you saw for yourself, it was well attended, beautiful weather, just great all around thing.
So is that?
I think it is good.
So, just a couple of things, the BOCES has put out their priority list for the legislators to look at as they go come back into House to have conversations. One of the things that we did talk to today, I talked with a bunch of superintendents to the governor's office, was the new heating or heat requirement, or rooms being too hot. Again, unfortunately, I think we're being swept into maybe we're more towards the island and stuff, which is a bigger concern. Not that we don't have hot days, we absolutely do have hot days. But the number compared to the expense of trying to put some type of full school air conditioning in, there's no money going toward it. We did point out that we felt that, faculty and staff came up with ideas on days that it's super hot, anything from the outdoor classroom, the window fans. We do make sure that during regions, that all regions are given in really good air conditioning. So testing is done, in cooler spots. But it's a pretty large concern across the board in this school. It's just the cost.
So is that all our updates? Other business?
I have a couple, as you guys said, the soccer fest really was great. I understand that during the prom, raised enough money from what they had, plus what they raised to pay for the prom, which is totally awesome. So everybody did a lot of work out, and the parents were great at the games. I mean, it was just a fun weekend, fun to watch. The other thing I'm feeling, I was like, knowledgeable, but all this year started off great as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I think everybody in school and the bus drivers and mechanics and everything else have done such a wonderful job this year getting us going. And I look at the menu for school that Karen puts together, and I think sometimes, look at that one. But, and some of the stuff I look at is probably stuff the kids will eat. But I just think everybody's doing a great job putting everything together, working well with each other. So I haven't really too much going on. And I just want to, say how sorry I am that two of our staff have lost their spouses this year. That was a major, major tragedy. And I mean, I know Ron is retired. I still get for his staff. And I just think you think you got a lot of problems and something like that, but and the other thing I want one more is I think Fred Morris should get a really big attaboy or something because our school buses never fail inspection, never. And we probably got the best running fleet anywhere around. And I talked to a guy from Galway the other day, and he's the head of the transportation down there. And he told me, he says, we're a bigger school. He said, we have buses, Joe, and we have a lot on the campus than you do, and a lot of buses too. But he said, we have buses that fail. So you're doing a great job to keep them on. And I also want to thank Fred for the report he did for electric bus compared to a diesel bus. What a major difference. So, and I really don't believe electric buses would ever work up there. That's my opinion. So, I just want to thank everybody there, and that's it for me.
Any other business? Visitor comments. I have Dee and Ashok.
So here I stand before you once again, thinking of a quote by Maggie King. Speak your mind even if your voice shakes, which mine will. On September 23rd, I submitted a letter and have a copy sent to all of you. I will read it to you since not one person felt that they could respond to my concern. At the last board meeting, the board voted to approve another coach as co-advisor for the 24-25 archery season. As per the archery guidelines that the BOE created under program structure, it clearly states that there are to be two separate programs with one coach per level. The BOE approved another coach for both positions. This is an unfair alteration from the original guidelines that were presented to my mind on August 6th. I feel that this is extremely relevant as I was never afforded the opportunity to apply for both positions. In our meeting on 9/16, you specifically told us that I could choose only one of the specified levels. Had I been able to apply for both positions, I most certainly would have. As per the JCS teacher contract, I would have as equal a chance as the other coach, since we are both employees at JCS. I feel that this is improper practice and that the positions need to be reopened to allow for a fair opportunity for all candidates. Please inform me of when this will occur. Why did the guidelines suddenly change after I could finally work with someone, in my opinion, who unethically replaced my husband? Is this how the JCS district operates? When parents, students, and community members have concerns, they get ignored? I recently sent another email regarding an athletic issue. Again, crickets. There seems to be a pattern developing here. I feel like you do not have the best interest of all your students at heart. For sure, not the sharp kids, as they've tried to address concerns in the past and have totally been dismissed. It is not a very good feeling when parents and their children do not feel cared for or important enough to listen to. What is one to do when they feel that admin and the BOE lack integrity and concern for the very students they claim to be here for? My hope is that one of these times you'll give me an honest reason why.
Mike?
Let me start by saying it truly saddens me that I feel I have to speak here to be heard. I'm not here tonight for you to listen because it's more than obvious that things we have brought to you in the past have fallen on deaf ears. I'm here tonight to speak so the public can hear, to hopefully enlighten them on how this operation seems to work behind the facade of the agenda. How is it that players can be lied to, feel bullied, and even feel mentally abused by the coaches and have no consequences at all? Well, hold on, my fault. There were consequences. But they were dished out to the players who pointed out the unjust behavior of those who were supposed to be leading them through positive role models. How is it that there are guidelines set up for only one or two programs and then arbitrarily altered because they didn't intend it? How is it that parents and taxpayers get removed from public facilities for sitting quietly and writing grocery lists? How is it that our administration punishes people for exercising their First Amendment rights around other adults? How is it that administrators can blatantly lie to the parents and student athletes, and when confronted about it, simply dismiss it as misspeaking? And that's a quote. How is it that certain people can get away with any type of behavior and receive little to no consequence, yet others face severe punishments for lesser behavior? How is it that you get rid of successful coaches who have put hours and hours of time into their program, yet continue to support coaches who fail to provide basic knowledge and skills? How is it that parents and students can make formal requests for meetings, request return phone calls, and explanations for actions, yet just be completely ignored? Why is it that we arbitrarily close practices when for years they have always been open? What are they trying to hide? The answers to my questions, because I know you're not going to answer them, I have a few terms that come to mind when I recall how I, along with my wife and our children, have felt during many interactions with administration and quite frankly with this company as well. Unethical, immoral, bullying, tyranny, neglect of duty, favoritism, lack of respect. Many others come to mind too, targeted, vengeful, unfair. We're not the only ones in the community that see this. We just happen to be the only ones that have taken a stand and chose to speak. And it makes one wonder why we've been removed from coaching activities that we not only introduced, but were here for many years with no issues that were ever brought to us. Just let them do their job. That's what I was told when I sat there on a board seat and questioned any of the happenings that occurred during our building. I was told that we have to be united. Speaking of the job, I think it's time that some start doing theirs. You were voted on by us, the public, yet you failed to listen to those right in front of you. You failed to see what's happening all around you. You refuse simple requests to speak with you regarding issues that have come up. In the past, I have spoken to a number of you regarding the things that have happened. Many times I would get, we were unaware of that, or even apologies for the way things were handled. How is it possible that equitable to uphold decisions that you don't have all the information to make? I guess my final question, which I know will not be answered, is how does Richard get to those tonight? It's time to open your eyes and start to control what in my mind has gotten out of control.
Any other visitor comments? All right, so we have upcoming dates. October 22nd is SATs, October 23rd, PSATs, October 28th, Scholarship Day Assembly, October 31st, trunk or treat. Also currently our Halloween windows are up throughout the town. I think they'll be judged on Friday. November 1, 1st through 2nd is Hazmat at Spoon Lake. November 5th is Picture Day. November 8th and 9th, Area All-State at Proctor's Theater in Schenectady. And November 18th is our next Board of Education meeting. Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion by Tom,
Second.
second by Chris. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstained? Carries.